please be seated. And without further ado, the floor is yours, Miss Veronica.
Yeah. Thank you, Sarah, for such a kind introduction, and thank you so much for all the panelists here. This is a very honorable, and also I'm very elated and also ecstatic to be part of this panel session this afternoon. So maybe just would like to provide a segue into the keynote speech from Mr. Firdaus earlier on what will be the context of today's panel discussion on why we put a highlight on the importance of industrial decarbonization. I think first and foremost, why we pursue integrated low-carbon industrial ecosystem is because we need to think beyond of the systems that usually operate in silos. So I think since we have also heard of the spoilers from what the UEM group and UEM Lestra, the sustainable, innovative, sustainable measures and also initiatives that the group has been doing. We would like to learn more about that from all of the great gentlemen and also lady here. So maybe without further ado, I would like to introduce again our panelists here, maybe to familiarize ourselves with the UEM group. Maybe I would like to just kind of cheat because we're in Kuala Lumpur here, and there is a Malaysian proverb. Indonesia also have that as well. That tak kenal maka tak sayang. Like, so if you don't know something or a person, you cannot actually take a liking of that thing or person. So maybe I would like to bring that opportunity to Encik Harman to actually explain or introduce the initiatives under the UEM group. What are the sustainability measures, and also how do these initiatives operate and be implemented? Yeah.
Thank you, Veronica, and thank you all for turning up, and thank you to my team who's here. So on that note, Veronica, I think first and foremost I have to give some honorable mention to my shareholder, also my board member. We're here in one big happy family. We already kenal each other. We do like and love each other. So if I may, Veronica, if I would allow Asrul to explain the group.
Thank you, Harman. A very good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for participating and joining us here from the UEM group of companies at this session today. I thought it's a good idea to just set the stage and explain a little bit about our role as a shareholder, that's UEM group, and essentially how we work together with the various operating companies within the UEM group on this very, very important agenda, that's decarbonization of industries in Malaysia. So the Malaysia National Energy Transition Roadmap, as well as the new Industrial Master Plan 2030 framework, recognizes that clean energy access underpins industrial competitiveness. So for UEM, as Khazanah, which is a sovereign wealth fund of Malaysia, and as Khazanah's infrastructure, flagship infrastructure group, this isn't a peripheral. It's actually central to how we think about long-term value and industrial resilience. So for UEM group, UEM Lestra, headed by Cik Harman here on the stage, is our energy transition platform. So the platform is designed to move us from traditional asset ownership to a sustainable infrastructure enablement. So back in 2023, Khazanah via Group set up Lestra to be its green investment platform by putting together various different assets. Nur Energy, which is a power producer in Kulim High Tech Park, which we acquired a majority stake last year. Synergy, which is today one of the largest renewable energy platform, established more than 10 years ago now. And also Roda Emas, an EV infrastructure company, again, which was acquired by Lestra last year. So that gives us an integrated platform, linking generation, energy solution, and sustainability infrastructure under one ecosystem. So more importantly, it also complements the broader portfolio companies we have within the Group. And that's include property development through Sunrise, infrastructure asset management and engineering services through our subsidiary Agenta. So if you think about it, these are the core enablers of industrial decarbonization. So having all these assets within a group allow us to take an ecosystem, allow us to have an ecosystem-wide view, and hence allow Group to, number one, align the strategic direction, coordinate capital, and also make sure each project undertaken by our various different operating companies reinforces one another. So I must stress, our strength as Group is really to realize the synergies between our subsidiaries. Each operating companies addresses critical aspect of industrial decarbonization, from clean energy generation to sustainable township development through Sunrise. So at the group level, as an active holding company, our role is to set financial frameworks, governance standards, and strategic priorities that guide execution by the various operating companies. So we focus on sustainability targets that are backed by solid investment logic and a measurable outcome. So before I pass the floor back to the moderator, I just wanted to emphasize that at Group, collaboration is how the group creates value. Now, each business may have its own mandate, but the strengths come from how they complement one another. So at group level, we maintain a portfolio visibility, identifying where capital should be allocated vis-a-vis risks and returns, and where synergies actually create values. So we use a shared financial framework and investment principles rather than a centralized control at the parent company. This is to keep all our operating companies aligned. So for us, financial resilience means staying adaptable by maintaining balance sheet strength while investing in future opportunities. I pause there and I let the actual subject matter expert on decarbonization of industrial parks speak.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Asrul, for providing the context of what this great initiatives for sustainability that the Group has been doing for our other ASEAN participants in attendance here. And while we're at it, maybe just allow me to also ask another question in the linkage of the financial framework, financial tools, and also asset management under the Group to Mr. Asrul here. So considering Group's RE and clean energy portfolio, what do you think is the importance of linking financial products with tangible sustainability outcomes, such as verifiable RE sourcing or carbon intensity benchmarks? Yeah.
So to us, linking financing to tangible sustainable outcome is obviously very important, given given the growing nature of our renewable energy business within the group. So every energy transition comes down to capital, right? I mean, who can raise it, how much it costs, and how long it lasts. So to us at Group, we take a portfolio view. Some businesses are capital intensive, while others provide steady cash flow that support them. So as a holding company, we apply the same investment discipline across all our portfolios. We have a clear hurdle rate, we calibrate cost of capital, and we want to have a good visibility on payback of all investment that we make. We have a 7 billion Sukuk program that gives us flexibility to fund strategic and sustainability linked projects through a long-term efficient capital. I guess at the end of the day, the goal is trying to achieve balance, developing a structure, a funding structure that funds growth responsibly and keeps leverage in check, and making transition projects self-sustaining within the group.
Okay, maybe if I may take a liberty to conclude that, I think that transparency and also credibility is the utmost importance for sustainability measures in financing, given that it's a relatively new terrain for the investors as well. So maybe departing from that, I would like to take quite a bird view into the context of Malaysia's position within ASEAN's industrial decarbonization efforts and also measures. So to Encik Harman, I have a question. So how do you think Malaysia's geography and also infrastructure and industrial base positions the country as a natural hub for RE and also green industries within the region?
Thank you. So Malaysia enjoys a relatively good, I think, geography. It is not within the ring of fire, so we don't have any major earthquakes, we don't have volcanoes. The terrain is not too mountainous, we don't have too much inland water, so it provides for a good base for solar power, for example. In Malaysia, I mean, just like in Indonesia and I think only probably in some parts of the Philippines where you can get wind power, but in Malaysia it's typically just solar and hydro. As far as becoming a hub, I think we have the most important feature of Malaysia is the fact that the financing market in Malaysia is very familiar with infrastructure investments. We get to see a lot of banks coming in. Yesterday I met a multilateral trying to see how they can provide support, credit support. However, in Malaysia, just like what Asrul was saying, we have a 7 billion ringgit program, a Sukuk program, where we can tap into it, and the market is very deep. So for us to go to the market and say, let's say if currently we're working on a close to 1 gigawatt solar farm at the south of Malaysia, in the state of Johor, going to the market and trying to raise funding for such a project is not a problem. We have, within the Group, built various infrastructures like roads, roads, highways, bridges, hospitals, all utilizing domestic funding. So it's one of the things which we haven't fully seen where you have a Sukuk market elsewhere within the ASEAN region. I had hoped to see a bigger Sukuk market in Indonesia when I was investing there on a highway. However, some structural changes have to be done. As far as being a model for other ASEAN regions to follow, or maybe take a few examples, building up a big provident fund or pension fund and investing it in local infrastructure gives solid returns to the people, at the same time building up the country. At the current moment, the push for renewable energy and sustainable solutions is very big, as you know, there's climate change. So Malaysia is well positioned to quickly build up. I think in a very short time, we've built up about 4 to 6 gigawatts of solar, and the plan over the next few years will add even more gigawatts of solar. So, yeah.
Thank you, Encik Harman. If I may have a follow-up question from your answer. So given Malaysia's quite mature green financing ecosystem, how do you think it's translated into industrial decarbonization and RE integration for industry? Like how easy it is, or what are the current hindrances?
That's a good question. That's like exactly the mandate that we've been given by Asrul, decarbonization of industrial parks. So what we've done is that we've invested into Nur Power. Nur Power is a private utility. It's the only private utility that supplies exclusively to an industrial park. It's a very mature industrial park up north. And seeing the need for the tenants or the industrial players to decarbonize, Nur has invested into building up a solar farm. So it will not just be powered by a gas plant. There's also a 50 megawatt solar farm being built, and we're planning to encourage that planting up to add more to Kulim High Tech Park. Within our other group company, Synergy, we also encourage a lot more decarbonization for commercial industrial customers. So we do rooftop solars. Mr. Kwok will be able to give you the more details, but each of the targets that we're looking at is basically focusing on how we help industrial players to reduce the carbon footprint by giving several solutions, either solar, battery storage, even from mini hydros later on.
Thank you, Encik Harman. I heard about the Kulim High Tech Park, and it's actually a very intriguing topic for us to discuss, because given most of states in ASEAN have a vertically integrated electricity market, and I think the audience here would like to know more about what it is and how it actually operates. And I think we have here as our panelists Mr. Chui Ken, who is the head of strategic business planning and projects from Nur Power. So considering that the Nur Power operates the Kulim High Tech Park, which is Malaysia's first private electricity utility, may we know more about what it is, and also how can it be actually enabled, and maybe just maybe because we have so many burning questions about the Kulim High Tech Park. Maybe for the audience here would like to know more about the Kulim High Tech Park.
Okay, thank you, Veronica. I think that's an interesting question, though, for most of the players in here. NU itself, I think it's an independent power utility and also a subsidiary of UNIM Lestra that provides the electricity in a high-tech industrial park located in Kulim, Kedah. Being the energy backbone of Kulim High Tech Park, NU actually plays a pivotal role in shaping the industrial parks the grids, as well as to meet the current demand by the customers or the end investors. NU has actually taken several initiatives. I think firstly is the diversified energy portfolios. Traditionally, NU has approximately about 220 megawatt combined cycle gas turbine, but today we have actually expanded up to 400 megawatt generation capacity, of which about approximately 12.5% of it comprised from the renewable energy. So I think that's the first kind of a step that NU begins with, and with Lestra as our parent company, we do hope to embark for a bigger, larger renewable energy penetration into the park, probably up to about 500 megawatt in the future. I mean, combining those traditional and also the new renewable energy integration into it, it generally be able to provide the energy security while maintaining the targets and efforts to decarbonize the ASEAN industrial parks. Of course, there will be others initiatives that NU has actually taken about too. For example, is like just to add on is the for battery energy storage systems, which acts as an enabler to enable more RE penetrations to the industrial parks. That actually helps to promote and also to enable solar rooftops and other means of RE that's possible.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Juikan. So maybe a follow-up question on that as well. Given that it's can be said as an entirely new thing, if other let's say initiatives follow suit, how do you think initiatives such as Kulim High Tech Park, where private electricity utility for on-site solar generation and tenant decarbonization is enabled, how do you think it will ease out, for example, corporate sustainability reporting or corporate RE procurement in the country and in the region?
In fact, most of the tenants in Kulim High Tech Park are from the RE 100 members. So having said that, I think NU has also taken a step ahead to even providing the RE procurement, RE certificates moving on in the futures to ease and also to allow the industrial parks and other new tenants, investors to come in to meet the ESG sustainable goals too. As part of the as part of the RE certificates, we also do offer for other rooftop solar solutions that would help them to at least to minimize and the scope 1 and also scope 2, scope 1 and scope 2 electricity procurement. Thank you.
Yeah. This is a very, once again, an interesting and also a very important initiative that me personally would love to see it being proliferated not only in Malaysia but also in ASEAN, in the region, given the increasingly sustainability measures that, and also the targets, the RE targets that the region is set to embark as well. Maybe also bridging from the initiative of Kulim High Tech Park, let me go to Mr. Kwok here, who is the group CEO of Synergy Berhad, Southeast Asia Berhad. So I think we take a note also from Harman and also Mr. Asrul that Synergy is also developing RE projects such as solar farms for Malaysia airports as one of the examples. So how do you see the opportunities for public and also private collaboration here in developing green industrial zones and also achieving carbon neutral infrastructure in Malaysia and also in Southeast Asia?
Okay, thank you for the question.
Yes, Synergy is, firstly, just a quick introduction to Synergy. Synergy is a subsidiary of Lestra, and Synergy actually stands for Clean Energy. And we have been in the renewable energy space for more than 10 years. We started in biogas, making biogas to generate electricity and then selling it into the grid. But now, of course, we do have a diverse portfolio, including solar on the rooftop, and a solar farm as well, battery as a service, as well as mini hydro. Yeah? So we are in various parts of renewable energy, as well as, because we are in various parts, we do have products that originate from them, like renewable energy certificates, as well as carbon credits that come from these renewable energy investments. And Synergy, we are a operator, a developer, and owner, asset owner. So we always go in for a very long term. Usually we partner with partners. In Malaysia, we partner with companies that supply us waste. For example, from the palm oil mills, they supply waste, yeah? So they are always our partner. And also in solar farms or solar on the rooftop, partners will supply land, either land or the rooftops, and then we partner with them in that way. Yeah? So we are always looking out for partners, because this is what we are very used to. Yeah? And partnership is something that we are developing a lot in our portfolio. Yeah? So when it comes to the airport, Malaysia airports, yes, we are developing a very innovative solution there. It is ground-mounted self-consumption solar farm adjacent to the airport. Yeah? This is airport in KLIA. So this opportunity arose because of the fact that our Energy Commission, Suruhanjaya Tenaga, came out with a new guideline this year that enable solar on the ground mount to be put up, planted up right beside a facility. But it requires a battery, of course. Yeah? So now we are developing this solar plus battery. It will be able to deliver electricity in a, controlled way, because you do have battery. And the airport or the facility that receives this electricity will not only be receiving electricity when the sun shines. Because you have battery, you are able to do a time shift. So then you can time shift it to a certain period where it can also reduce the maximum demand of the facility that is receiving this electricity. Yeah? So that is, in a way, it is also energy efficiency for the facility, because now facilities do need to pay a certain amount for maximum demand. So then it is a two-way approach to have green electricity. You do have savings on tariff. At the same time, you have green electricity, as well as savings on the maximum demand. Yeah, so this is also in a partnership with the airport, and as we have a joint venture together, and we will build this together and own and operate it for a specific period of time. Yeah? So that's an example of our partnerships with private sector in Malaysia.
Yeah, very interesting. I hear you mention Suruhanjaya Tenaga. I hear you mention CRES as well. And I also hear you mention REC, which shows the very important linkage between regulators, developers, and also the business side in achieving industrial decarbonization. So maybe to have a segue from that, I would like to know how do you think that this alignment between RE policies and incentives, because I guess it's all for the availability of corporate RE procurement, right, in the country, can actually enhance not only national but also regional sustainable industrial competitiveness.
Okay, thank you. I think for regulations and programs that are available, I think Energy Commission, Suruhanjaya Tenaga, as well as SEDA, Sustainable Energy Development Authority, they do come up with programs that are very encouraging for the market. And for us, we are always
participating in these programs. And I think for us, the important thing is that these programs are there and they should be there as a stable program for a long term. That means you know what to expect so that you can plan for it, because all our investments are for very long term. And it really helps if these programs are stable, yeah? And then you can plan for it. So I think so far, I think that is generally what we see. So that's why the investment horizon that we have over here, I would say that over the last few years, we are able to invest yearly, yeah? In terms of biogas power plants, in terms of solar farms. Yearly, we do have new investments because there are programs that are available, made available yearly by Energy Commission and also by SEDA. And these are programs that are accessible, yeah? And these are transparent programs. So I think these are a key element that we look forward to. Apart from that, those are regulated kind of programs. Yeah? Apart from that, we are also in market-driven programs, or rather market-driven requirements, demand, where now we generate biomethane from the biogas power plant. Instead of making electricity, we deliver this biomethane to customers directly. And that is not through any program. That is actually unregulated market. That is business to business, what do you call engagement, yeah? That is also going to open up the market a lot, we foresee, because you can really access various sources of bioenergy to do so, yeah? So I would say that for us, we are mostly in the regulated market where the authorities do have these programs, and the important element of that is that visibility of the program for the long term.
So maybe for one critical thing that is important is that clear and also strong regulatory measure will signal and also enhance investors' trust for sustainability investment. And maybe on that as well, and also on the question of industrial park, I hear as well that UEM Sunrise is also embedding sustainability principles into its new industrial park development in Johor. And here we have Ms. Ililia, who is the head of strategic master planning from UEM Sunrise Berhad. So maybe if you please, Ms. Ililia, if you would like to introduce what is UEM Sunrise and what does it do for the industrial park in Johor. Please.
Thank you. First and foremost, UM Sunrise is actually the property development arm under UM Group. Over the years, we have proven track records in developing townships, integrated developments, industrial, spanning across Malaysia from Monchara to Serene Heights in the central region, and Puteri Harbour and Gerbang Nusa Jaya in Johor. Beyond that, we also have international development in Melbourne and Perth, Australia. Just few years back, we have looked into diversification of industrial park, looking into renewable energy within Gerbang Nusa Jaya. Hence, we have, alongside Lestra and the group, work together in developing a renewable energy park, 400 acres approximately within Gerbang Nusa Jaya, that bridges the gap between just renewable energy as well as clean infrastructure. So within the park itself, we have actually embedded the sustainability principle using the sustainability design development guidelines that we have developed recently. From the very beginning of the planning itself, we have incorporated utility corridors, as well as potentially putting in managed utilities and shared utilities, which can be tapped directly from the main grid. So that's basically what we are working on at the current moment.
If I may have another question, Ms. Ililia. So how can industrial parks such as one in Johor and also other integrated developments initiatives hub can contribute to position Malaysia and also ASEAN as a global green investment hub? Like how does and how will UEM Sunrise bring this vision into life?
I believe across ASEAN, the borders are seen to fade, not because of trade and infrastructure, but because of energy. So with the implementation of the Asian power grid, the transition of clean energy from one region to another will be seamless. So I believe earlier on when Cik Harman mentioned about Lestra being the entity that builds the big 1 gigawatt solar farm in Johor, become the backbone of this energy transition. And with likes of Synergy, for instance, looking into the carbon solution for the entire system. So here we are as part of the UM group, working collaborative together to ensure that this green initiative as well as the new energy transition is implemented accordingly. So with that, I do believe that being together as one, synergistic, we will be able to actually put Malaysia as one of the green energy hub in for the next generation.
Thank you, Ms. Aurelia. And if it's okay, can I have another follow-up questions to you? Yeah. Okay. So I really love the notion that borders across ASEAN is actually fading because of energy, because it shows how energy and also energy transition is actually driving us globally and also transforms our lives globally. And maybe into that vision as well, Ms. Ililia, how does UEM Sunrise future-proof its developments for the next wave of technology and also energy transitions?
Okay, thank you so much for the question. I believe earlier on when Asrul mentioned that we are the enablers. We bring down the clean energy to the end users where communities can actually see and view. So these are very tangible and these are the things that we can actually build upon. So in our townships and master plans and also all developments, we have started to incorporate all these things as part of the early infrastructure, as well as the trunking of the utility corridors to ensure that all this energy can happen when the need arises. Just to share with all, we have currently working closely with Synergy to implement solar panels installation to all our assets. In Johor specifically, in a ferry terminal and our sports center and sales gallery across Johor and also central region. So it's started off by us looking into carbon reduction, but then we are actually portraying that the need of this clean energy is very important to be instilled into all our development and also communities around us.
Thank you so much, Ms. Ililia. So maybe on that also my key takeaway would be that still green financial and also enhancing investor trust is very pivotal actually in driving industrial decarbonization. So maybe with that, I would like to come back again to Mr. Asrul here. So what do you think are the innovative financing tools or financing measures that can actually mobilize private capital while also reducing project risk in not only in Malaysia but also ASEAN?
I think there's actually a lot of capital out there for renewable energy and green infrastructure related project actually. And Malaysia is one of those fortunate country where we have a very deep sukuk market. One can actually go to the market and raise long-term financing backed by a strong investors. So again, I don't think the issue is capital, but it's actually about bankability. So there's liquidity waiting for a green infrastructure project in Malaysia and the region. But investors, at the end of the day, need visible cash flow. They be looking at reliable off-takers for green project and also strong data transparency, I must say. So at UAM Group, we are building that structure with the models where lenders, long-term investors are comfortable investing.
Thank you, Mr. Asrul. So I think from all the panelists here, we gain multiple insights from multiple points of view, from financiers, from developers, from implementers as well. So maybe I would like to have one closing question for all the panelists here to give your insights into our audience. So I think in some of the answers we can actually deduct what is the main problem, what is the main gap that is actually left for us to fill. So, but what do you think is the main observable gap for ASEAN for this renewable energy integration in decarbonizing its industries, and what innovative solutions would you like to highlight? Maybe from Mr. Jikan, please.
Well, I think the way it goes at this moment is that what the government probably can do is to attract for a bit of incentive, probably, to not only to allow for new investors, but also for existing operational industries as it is. With the new introduction of carbon pricing mechanisms and emissions tradings, I believe that probably be able to further enhance and also to invest, incentivize the existing players, be it with current in Kulim High Tech or even in the whole Malaysia and in the ASEAN region itself.
Mr. Kwok, please.
Yes. Well, I think a key enabler will be the carbon tax in Malaysia. So far, we don't have a carbon tax yet, but as Prime Minister has already mentioned that it will be launched soon. Yeah, and when carbon tax comes in, then you do have the imperative to, well, you do need to then take action because it is a legislation already. Yeah, right now I think it is a voluntary carbon market, most of it, and because it's voluntary, it is left to the companies to decide and adhere to maybe certain kind of requirements that they themselves set. Yeah. But when it comes to legislation, it's different. And I think many companies obviously would like to go green. It is obviously has benefits. And I think that is the trend that we are looking at right now, right? Everyone always looks at ESG components in their business. But at the same time, it is also a business that is operating. So when you do that, you also do need to adhere to your, well, you do need to look at affordability of how you go about meeting your ESG goals. So that is a very usual requirement for companies. So without the carbon tax, it will be always that conversation regarding affordability of how you meet your ESG goals. Yeah. So then there is always that premium for green energy that comes into conversation, but then there's always that pressure to then pay market price for it. So when carbon tax comes in, there is a value. It is a known value, no dispute about that value, because you do have to calculate your carbon emissions transparently. Yeah? So then it will be able to spur more investment because you would have a known sort of premium to pay for green energy and electricity.
So appetite for green and sustainability investment is actually there, and actually many private companies would love to do that, but there are degrees of clear policy actions that we need to actually pursue in order to make that happen. So maybe from that, I would like to give the floor to Ms. Ililia on what is the gap that you would like to highlight and what innovative solution from your initiative that you've been doing with UEM Sunrise.
I would like to just bring back to what the keynote speaker mentioned earlier on. The main issues is fragmentation. So I believe that we need to change the issue of fragmentation to the strength of integration. Hence, here we are together to actually look into connecting not just power, but we are looking into connecting people, connecting industries, and connecting opportunities. So in terms of like innovation, I do believe that these gentlemen have a lot of innovative ideas and solutions to be brought over to the property segment. Hence, us as enabler, we will actually look into shaping the place that make it more livable. And I believe with that, we can pave the way for an inclusive and sustainable ASEAN. So that's from me.
Thank you so much, Ms. Ililia. Such a powerful takeaway on that the main gap is actually fragmentation. And maybe now we can move to Mr. Asrul. Yeah.
Thanks, Veronica. Just maybe one final perspective from me. I think Malaysia has already the fundamentals. We have a clear policy direction, a growing renewable energy capacity, and a strong regional links. But I guess the next step is credibility. We need predictable policy, transparent project economics, and consistent delivery. Investors, at the end of the day, don't just look at incentive, they also look at reliability and governance. So I think if we get that right, Malaysia can stand out to be a real credible destination for green capital.
Thank you, Mr. Asrul. I think it's highlighted over and over again during this panel session that credibility is very imperative to drive this thing forward. So maybe last but not least, Encik Harman, what do you think?
So I think if you look at the landscape of the ASEAN countries, all the countries have a gap on their renewable targets, on the sustainability targets that they need to catch up. And we've spoken at length on who UEM is and the strength that we bring. I think to close the gap, we can go and help close that gap. Yeah, we are the solution.
Thank you, Encik Harman. As a moderator, I'm very pleased for today's panel discussion and actually very honored to learn so many insights from Malaysia's incredible journey for industrial decarbonization through UEM Group. And personally, I think, and I think many audience here share also the same sentiment that we would love to see this being replicated and being followed by other actors in the region. So maybe to close this panel session, I would like to extend my heartfelt appreciation and also thanks and gratitude to all of the panelists here and also to UEM Group Berhad and also UEM Lestra for your valuable insights and also commitment to advancing our sustainability agenda, which not only benefits Malaysia as a nation, but also ASEAN as a region. So, and thank you as well to all the audience here for your engagement and thoughtful attention. I wish you an enjoyable lunch. And I wish you enjoyable ASEAN Energy Business Forum 2025 in this beautiful city of Kuala Lumpur. Once again, thank you so much. And back to Miss MC, Miss Sarah. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Miss Veronica. Thank you to our distinguished panelists for an insightful and valuable discussion. May we please request that you remain on stage for a final group photo.